Welcome. What's up, JS? No, I'm about to do it. So, if you don't want to get them spoilers, I hate to kick you out. Obviously, I'd like you to stay, but this is where the spoilers are at right now, because I'm about to queue it up. But how dope is that boss, eh? The red ant queen, so sick. The Abyss. Let's check the build. Oh, we're getting good, Zero. What's up, Wanderer? Dope, JS. I'll see you around, man. Cogwork Fly. Is this any good? What's up, Retro? How can I get a lot of Geo? Killing enemies, my friend. Grinding. But we're not here for Geo. We're here for victory. Didn't hit me. Ouch. Should I take the bomb out? Maybe I should go no bomb, poison sword. I feel like if I rip the poison sword, it'll be good. Oh my. No! Don't rush? Nah, it's all about speed. It's all about speed and skill. That's what I got. Bro, I gotta put some... You know what's crazy? I had a squeaky door in my apartment. I put olive oil on it. Hasn't squeaked again. I need to do that on my mic arm. Just the most... Yo, I'm cooking her. Get out of here. How is that for speed? How is that for speed? Oh my god. It's over. It's over. Yeah, fuck me. I'm so pissed. Heal and get hit. It's actually like, you just instantly lose. Game is completely over. Built different. Holy fuck. Yeah, let me just lightly tap this. Let me just lightly touch you and get hit for 3. That makes sense. Alright, not ideal. Yep, dash into it. No! Dude, second phase is so fast. I mean, I kind of cooked her there. Lace does kind of sound French. Oh my god. Oh! You stupid bitch, hitting me for 2. Oh, sorry. Lost Lace is gonna make me rage. Sick. I could never do Silk Soul, man. Or Steel Soul. Steel Silk. Whatever it is. I die to everything all the time, bro. I don't got that skill in me. Close to death equals save and quit. That's actually some genius levelness. Nah, that's just smart play. Makes sense. My bad. Of course, she's gonna do those things. Press V. R3. Ah, see, there's a man who speaks the controller language. this is so unlucky. One string away from a heal. Don't hit me. GG. Tragedy, tragedy. That one felt pretty good. Yeah. The cinematic is hype at the intro of this fight. The sad thing is I'm going to get my ass kicked for so long and so hard I'm going to forget all about it. So bad. Okay. Hell yeah, Manor. I got 100% in this file. Very happy, very excited. Oh my, misclicked. Lucky me. Off, dude. I literally can't. I need to stop thinking that I can heal in that second phase. Every time I heal, I get hit. And that's basic, like, literally ruins the entire fight. Yeah, there's just no avoiding a lot of these attacks. I mean, there is if you're like good, but I feel like the second phase, you have to like jump to avoid some things, but then she's up in the air to like hit you anyways. And in that case, it's like, how do you even? Okay, there's hope. There's always hope. Is this guy? Okay. Is it over? It can't be over, right? There's got to be a third wave here. Oh, damn. Lace! Come with me! Oh my god, do I save her? Goodbye, mama. Huge. No, the flower. No! Come on. It was and the Hollow Knight saves them. Because he's one with the void. Oh! I knew it! Yo! Oh my god, dude. I actually can't believe that, bro. That was so sick. Wow. Wow. It is peak. Poor Lace. Sister of the Void. Silksong DLC tomorrow. Oh! There he goes! To be continued! Oh, no way they just did it to us. That's awesome. Mushroom Rocket for the win. Thank you, everybody. Like the stream if you haven't already. What a dub. I was expecting to be here for a little bit longer than 30 minutes fighting this guy, but sometimes you're just good at the game, you know? So, now what we do is I think we watch the world record speedrun. Ending, it was peak. Bobo. I called it, dude. I called the ending. Like, I was like, Hollow Knight's gonna save her because he's one with the void. What does he do? Saves him. So hype. Drifter's Cloak in 40? Is that good? That sounds like it's not good. No offense. That doesn't sound ideal. But I mean, it might be good. Floatless. That's kind of funny. I feel like you kind of need the float. You definitely need Spider-Man. I could see you not needing float if you have Spider-Man. Wow. Thank you, everybody. That was sweet. The grind for me now is editing all this. I want to make somewhat of a... Probably have like 10 to 15 videos from like an hour to 2 hours of the first playthrough. We did the first one like right away. I have like a 50 minute video of the first section. 100%. Let's go 54 hours. I got 54 hours of footage to grind through. I guess I've already been through 10 of it. So I got 40 hours. Yeah, when's Hollow Knight 3? What's the next one going to be called? What do we think Hollow Knight 3 is going to be called? We got to brainstorm some Hollow Knight 3 lore. Zote Boat. Oh, God. I don't think I could do it. I hate Zote. Hollow Knight Requiem. You play as Quarrel. That would be kind of cool. Or you play as the Hollow Knight, like prequel. Like you go through training arc and you get to see Hallownest at its peak. Like Hallownest gets like invaded by somebody or whatever, or something like that. I guess the infection was already around. I'm not super into the lore. Like I know, I got the lore sort of, but okay. Zote Boat would be the hardest game ever because the protagonist is so weak. Facts. That's completely correct, Minor. 100%. Zote's full of it. If you dream nail Zote, then that might become the strongest of all time. But base Zote, buddy's a clown. When does the speedrunning begin? Well, Mr. Thirsty, kind of today. I won't be speedrunning it today, but we are actually I'm actually turning into a React channel. We're going to react and watch the world record speedrun right now. And that's going to be the first like intro to doing it. Cuz I don't know what the route is. So we're going to watch world record and then later this week we'll start with the first runs. React to drama? Yeah, I'll react to drama. Link some drama. Is that how I need to grow now? I need to do some React content? Everybody loves a good React. Silksong speedrun. World record. No way it's blue, of course, bro. This guy's actually like, I mean, respect to him, but this guy is just kind of the GOAT, right? Well, former world record. Wait, there's a new world record even after this one. $108. I mean, whatever. We'll watch this. Yeah. I watched him almost. I didn't watch the whole thing, but he somewhat inspired me to do True Ending, Hollow Knight True Ending, like last week or 2 weeks ago before Silksong came out, and he like ranked 5th in the world just like for fun on just on a random day. Okay. You also can't hear me. Oh, now you can hear me. Nice. I'm such a good streamer. I'm such a good streamer. I'm so good at this. Fastest I got Mothwing Cloak in Hollow Knight was 12 minutes. That's not that bad. My best is like 8 minutes, 50 seconds or something. Not a big deal. You linked some drama to watch in the Discord? I'll watch some drama. This would actually be hilarious. Turn it into a react channel. Let me open up the Discord. I'll look through the Discord while we watch the, I guess we can play it here. Oh, wait, never mind. We actually have to, I need to make you guys hear it here. Hold on. What's the drama of the day? Where's the Discord? I'll drop the link here. There you go. Okay, now, can you guys hear?
10-minute barrier. I'm quite proud of this run, and it shows off some of the insane discoveries us speedrunners have been making over the last few days. This run was actually not recorded on stream, so I'll be commentating this run in post and explaining a bunch of the strats as we go.
Oh, sick!
This way
And
you can see the record and you can learn about the run at the same time. Sounds great, right?
This is what I'm
anyway,
talking
if
about.
you enjoy the video, subscribe.
This
I think
is
I'm
exactly
going
what
to
we
continue pushing
need.
this record down if I can, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, let's go. So, the overarching structure of this run is pretty simple. We start by getting all the abilities, so that being the Silk Spear, followed by the Sprint ability, followed by the Cloak ability, because this is called the Cloak route, what we're doing, and then getting Claw and the Needle in, and then we need to get to the Citadel. Now, there are two ways to get to the Citadel in Hollow Knight Silksong. The first one, the most intended route, so to say, is fighting the last judge in the Blasted Steppes, for which you have to unlock 5 different bell shrines in order to even do that in the first place. This is incredibly slow, so we're going to do something else called the Mist route. So by going through Phantom and the Mist, by entering through the Sinner's Road, we can actually enter the Citadel from that direction, and it saves a lot of time. The only problem is that the Mist is absolutely terrible. It is basically RNG. It's a luck-based segment where the rooms are random and the exits are random. And we'll get to the Mist a little bit more, and I'll explain some of the advanced strategy that we're doing there. Because we've learned quite a lot of about the Mist in the last few days as we've been discovering.
I knew the down
how the
pogo
game
was
works.
going to be speedrun strats.
Anyway,
I don't really
so
like
the early
it.
game right here is pretty simple. We're going to be doing these air slashes, these air pogos, because they actually propel Hornet forward a little bit. And then it's just moving in the right direction. Now, these air pogos you actually have to do at a certain height above the ground, because otherwise she bumps into the ground and it doesn't give you a speed boost. So here we do a pogo into the weakness cutscene, which propels Hornet forward quite a good bit, and actually skips about 1 to 2 seconds of this weakness cutscene. So it's a very, very neat little trick that you can do in order to save time in the early game. At the time of recording this run, this was done at about 1:30 midnight. I had just streamed speedruns for like 8 hours, and I took a break, and I was like, okay, I actually kind of want to do one more attempt before I go to bed. And that's what you're watching. I did one attempt, and that's what this run turned out to be.
Classic.
At the time of recording it, the world record was a 1:10:29, and my personal best was a 1:17:05, as you can see on the timer right there. So I had quite a ways to go, but on the stream before the run, I had actually gotten an insanely good pace, which I think it was a little bit faster than this run going into the end game, but it died to the High Halls Gauntlet Arena, which is the biggest choke point of the entire run. It's the hardest section, and it's the easiest one to mess up.
Okay.
So I've lost quite a couple of good paces to the High Halls Gauntlet. Another thing you're seeing there is that by pogoing the first hit on these little doors, you can actually do the first needle hit a little faster.
We are learning the speedrun. We're reacting. I'm a react streamer now.
For Moss Mother, the most important thing to do is to lure her to the right, because the ceiling is lower to the right, so when she does the head slam attack, you can actually keep spamming needle hits. As you can see, I'm going to go under her to the right once again here to get her to attack to the right once again, and we can finish off the fight really quickly while kind of face tanking. So this was a pretty decent Moss Grotto segment overall, which I was quite happy about, because really there's not much to this segment. You just kind of do it over and over again.
I work from home,
Ads,
so bundling Spectrum, internet, and TV has been super important for our family.
I do online workout.
I did it! I managed to break the Silksong any percent speedrun world record once again. This time being the first ever person to break the 1 hour and 10-minute barrier. I'm quite proud of this run, and it shows off some of the insane discoveries us speedrunners have been making over the last few days. This run was actually not recorded on stream, since we sit, even though you've done it a billion. The most important thing to do is to lure her to the right, because the ceiling is lower to the right, so when she does the head slam attack, you can actually keep spamming.
No, I took ads off the streams.
As you can see, I'm going to go under her to the right once again here.
No more ads on
streams. To attack to the right once again, and we can finish off the fight really quickly. I want as many people in here as possible
without getting
ads. This was a pretty decent Moss Grotto segment overall, which I was quite happy about, because
30 cents
really
from the last
there's not
stream,
much to this segment. You just kind of do it over and over again. It might get a little bit repetitive in the future, but I still think it's quite fun. And of course, the atmosphere and the music is so wonderful that it is a joy to traverse it, even though you've done it a billion times already.
How does anyone get Hollow Knight in sub 40 minutes?
Honestly, Hollow Knight Silksong.
This guy right here,
so
I got a
fantastic.
39-minute.
Now, another thing that might come to mind is the fact that we are playing in Chinese. You might have noticed that the game is in Chinese, and the reason for this is actually because the text skips a lot faster in Chinese. Now, excuse me if this is not exactly a correct explanation, but the way I understand it is simplified Chinese. One English word can be compressed into 1 or 2 symbols, so the amount of text, the amount of symbols in the game just drastically decreases. And for some reason, Hollow Knight also loads the text boxes faster, so they scroll in a lot faster when there's less text. So because of that, playing in Chinese, you can absolutely shred through the dialogue of the game and just go through it really quickly.
Yeah, the Hollow Knight world
I think in a run like this, we haven't fully timed the languages yet, since we were just basing it off how Hollow Knight worked. But my gut feeling is that playing in Chinese saves about a 1 minute or a half, maybe 2 minutes even, just because of the sheer amount of dialogue in the game, especially now that Hornet responds to everything that NPCs say to her. Now, what we're going to be doing here is called the Beastfly Pogo. Now, luckily, it's not the Savage Beastfly, otherwise it would give you, a lot of you at least, from what I've heard on the internet, traumatic flashbacks to your first playthrough of Silksong. But this little buggy right here, we can lure in this specific way, in order to skip the arena down here on the way down to Sherma, and instead simply... Okay, well, it didn't work because the setup was annoying. Like, that little spider crawly guy in the way is super annoying to do this setup. It is a consistent setup, but sometimes the random spawn of the spider dude, it blocks the way. I did manage to get a pretty nice second attempt, though. So that's pretty good.
Second attempt.
Now, as you can see here, once again,
I can get this pace. This is looking like pace I can hit.
Pashanka like a billion times, which is very humorous to me. I think it's quite silly. And now we're going to make our way up to the Silk Spear. Now, as you can see, I'm continuing to do this pogo movement. Here, there's these moss-spitting enemies that I found a pretty good way to avoid without trouble. You can slash that projectile in the air just like that in order to avoid it.
Nice.
And right here, we're going to route the rosaries for the run. Now, in the new patch that Team Cherry released, the first update for Silksong, they actually increased the amount of rosaries that you get by about double from relics and the coral cylinders. So the rosary problem of the game that a lot of people were complaining about has been largely addressed, which is a really, really nice change, and kind of resolves the main problem that I had when I was playing Silksong. Because I think this game is a masterpiece. I think it's the best game ever made. But having to farm so many rosaries from enemies all the time was a little tedious. So I'm glad they addressed that. We also did a little nice enemy pogo. We call that one the Archie pogo. We call that little Achnid right there the Archie. And you can just pogo up them to
Archie
skip
pogo.
about 5 seconds to get up to the Silk Spear. Now, we have our first ability just like that.
Nice.
Now we're going to have to fight the Bell Beast, because the only way into the Marrow from here is fighting the Bell Beast. Now, in this Bell Beast fight, there is actually a cycle skip that you can do. It's very precise, and it depends a bit on the luck you get in the fight. Where
so
you can
I'm
kill the
screwed.
boss as it transitions into the phase change, where she disappears completely from the arena and just spams bells at you for about 10 seconds. So if you can get that cycle skip, it's quite a big time save. I wasn't able to do it in this run, because as I said, it is a bit RNG based. So really, we're just attacking at full speed, trying to squeeze in as many hits as possible, and using the Silk Spear when we can. As you can see, I face tanked it a little bit there to stay closer. Now, the jump attack is the best attack you want, and the walk across attack is the second best one. Now, here's the phase change. I missed the Silk Spear accidentally.
Ooh.
And now we have to wait for the bells, which is understandable, but as we get better at the game, as we increase the optimization of the run, we're going to have to start going for this one. Now, this bell attack right there is the worst attack you can get, because you can only hit her twice, and she disappears again really quickly. As you can see, there she is, defeated. Pretty fast fight, all things considered.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I exited this fight about 8 seconds ahead, which is quite nice. So we do love to see the time save, absolutely. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm still thrilled from the excitement of getting the run. I just got it like a couple minutes ago, so I'm recording this right after, because I wanted to put it out. Because the last time I got a world record for Silksong, about 2 days ago, it was beaten 7 minutes later. So
damn.
Hopefully I can hold this
Imagine
one for
that,
a little
having
bit
world
longer.
record
I mean, we'll see if that
For
happens
7
or not, but,
minutes. I mean, it all
regardless,
counts, right?
I'm still
It all
proud
counts
of
at the
this
end of the
run.
day,
So
world record
if it
holder,
gets beaten
but-
or not, you know, it doesn't matter. I managed to get a good run that I'm proud of. It's still improvable. I can still probably get a 106 or maybe a 105 even with my current strats if I just polish up a little bit. Because I got really nervous in the second half, and I feel like I lost a lot of time there. But we'll see that when we get there. Anyway.
I
now
feel like
we're
that
gonna
Bell
go
Puppy fight
over
is going to be
get
hard,
the
man.
Swift Step, the
You got
sprint ability.
4 hits
And this
in?
is going to change the playstyle completely. This ability is so awesome. And we've learned quite a lot on how to make Hornet as absolutely fast as possible at any given time. So the fastest way to move is actually to do a jump and then dash, and do that over and over again. So Hornet's hopping all over the place. It's about 6% faster than the full sprint, and you get more control of her. Now up here, we're just gonna traverse all the way over to the Swift Step, so we're gonna go to the Deep Docks quite soon. Now, as you can see here, I hit this bell, and then I reload the room to skip the animation, and that saves a
Classic.
lot of time.
Classic.
Otherwise, we would have to wait for the bell to ring and then the bench to appear. So we instead just hit it bell, or hit the lever, leave the room, and come back. And that's it, done. I'm still doing the pogos in the air to save a little bit of time. This can definitely be optimized further, but it doesn't save all that much time. It's mostly just fun to do, because it makes the early game movement a little less just like walking and jumping. Now, another feature of the air pogo that you can see right here is that it's actually quite usable for both traversal, but also to avoid hard falls. And you'll see that in this room, as we use it in the air
avoiding
to
hard
slow
falls,
us down
that's actually huge.
and avoid those spikes. So we can actually do some pretty cool room routings to optimize quite a lot here. As you can see right there, I'm using it a lot to make sure that I land on the platforms and keep propelling myself further at full speed as much as I can, really. Now, we are going into the Deep Docks now.
Okay.
This area is pretty chill. We only really stay in it for a short amount of time. And what we're going to be doing up here is a pogo on the bellhead enemy. I found this consistent setup where you can lure this bellhead, and they'll take a long path through the room as we climb up. And you lure them like this, and then you bounce on their head, and that's about a 5-second time save, just like that. And I found that that one is pretty consistent. It works for me quite well. There's probably a better lure to get it a little bit faster. I did fumble this movement a little bit in here, but I managed to recover it quite nicely.
This guy's talking about
a little
fumbling. Still looks
unpolished
like the
early game
cleanest
movement.
play I've
I'm a
ever
little
seen.
tired right now, and I was tired when I was doing the run as well.
Yeah, I'm
As
just a
you
little
can see,
tired.
this
Setting
deer
world
did
records.
not want to cooperate. I wanted to pogo up there.
Okay.
And bony there. I do think those enemies are very cute, though. Here you'll see some fun wall
seems
climb,
unnecessary. I
the
know
ledge
that
grab
one.
movement. So another thing that we've been learning how to do is to climb really quickly. And up ahead we have the first ever enemy arena against these ants on the way to the dash ability. Now as you can see, I'm going to be using my Silk Spear quite a lot. We found out that it deals exactly 3 times your needle damage, regardless of when you upgrade. So when you upgrade, it'll still deal 3 times the needle damage. So it's quite strong.
Yeah.
There's also a thing called a needle animation cancel, where you can get your Silk Spear off a little bit sooner after a needle hit, because usually there's a bit of lag before and after, because you actually have to finish your needle animation.
Falling through rooms like it's
You have to finish your needle
business.
animation before you cast the Silk Spear. And what you can do is you can hit with the needle and then turn around, which cancels the
Damn.
needle
And
animation.
now you just have sprint
and then
like
turn
that.
back around the direction you were
Sprint
facing
in
from
12
the start
minutes.
and use the Silk
That's
Spear.
crazy.
And it saves 11 frames. And it lets you get off the Silk Spear much easier without losing as much height and, you know, faster, really. So it's a really good piece of tech that we are going to be implementing a lot more in combat. This was something that was found, I think, yesterday. So I'm still, like, not super confident using it. And as you can see, we have the Swift Step ability in under 12 minutes, which is quite a good pace. Now we're going to make our way down to fight Lace, which is super awesome. The Lace fight I am quite familiar with. I speedran the demo when I played it at Gamescom. And on my first playthrough, I actually did the fight hitless on my first try, which was pretty cool. Here, though, we're going to see
Not a
kinda
big
different
deal.
playstyle. As you can see, the jump dashes right there are the fastest way to move, as I explained. And we're just
jump
going to start the
dashes.
fight. And we're going to be doing a little bit of face tanking, playing as aggressive as possible, using the Silk Spears whenever she's out of range, because I found that it's more consistent to just wail on her with the needle. Now, this was not a very well-played fight. I took a lot more damage than I needed to, and it was a little embarrassing to go down on 1 HP like that.
Just a little
But,
embarrassing.
you know, I had a good idea of her health.
Oh
I know
my
how the
God.
attacks work now. And I will admit I got a little nervous here. It would have been super embarrassing to die to her. But I did end up losing 1 or 2 seconds from the unpolished fight. I was still on a pretty good early game pace though. And there's a bench right ahead. Something that's really nice in the Silksong speedrun is that a lot of the benches just
Jeez.
happen to be on the way. Again, we're doing the
Hop,
rune
skip,
lead
hop,
here
skip
to
is
skip
pretty
the
nasty.
animation of the Bell Shrine.
Hop dash, hop dash.
But there you go. And as you can see, we're doing this jump dash movement. So spamming the jump into a dash whenever we can is going to be the way to move faster. Now, this movement is awesome, except for that. I took a little dunk there because I wasn't paying attention. It's really
Alright,
scary
see, he's
to go
human,
full
he's
speed
human.
so early into the game's lifespan because we haven't really, like, fully internalized the room layouts here. So really, we're just, like, throwing ourselves at some of these rooms, and I'm just like trying to do it as quickly as possible and having confidence. Right here is a cool little strat where I pogo this one after a big leap. Now we are going to bench at the seamstress, and we're going to have to do her quest of flexile spines
Okay.
in order to get the drifter's cloak, the float
Lenore said
ability.
he did this
Now,
in
there
40
are
minutes.
actually route
That doesn't seem that bad,
suggestions
actually, looking at
where
this
we
now.
don't
What's
get
up,
the
them
cloak.
dog?
These are called the floatless routes, and they comprise of the flea route, where you take the fleas to Greymoor to skip the Morwing fight, and the key route, where you buy a simple key. As you can see, I'm farming these throwy guys for the spines. This is very RNG, because they can shoot a random amount of projectiles, and trying to do this quickly and aggressively is really awkward. But once they shoot twice, see, that one flew away into the airstream. I managed to catch 2 of those without them falling into the lava. You need 25 of these, by the way. So right here, you know, we're trying to hit the one that goes away to the left in the air so that we can still catch that one. And after we hit them twice, we can just kill them and they'll shoot the 3rd wave. As you can see, those 2 latch onto the wall right there. And I think I'm going to need a couple more. The decision making here is something we're probably going to get better at as we go. But for now, it's just a little awkward. I think I needed, yeah, there you go. It shines yellow in the bottom left corner. That's how you know you have 25. And
you reset? Where do you go? Oh,
just
I
like
guess
that.
you,
We're
you sit on
quitting
the
out.
bench.
We
Okay.
benched at the seamstress, so we
Yeah,
can just
yeah,
quit
yeah.
right back out and go get our spell. Or our,
So-
not our spell. Now, on the way out
You have
of
floated
here,
15
usually
minutes?
you would have to fight the giant automaton, the 4th chorus boss fight. Turns out,
You can skip
you
this
can
guy?
just leave.
Nice.
It's actually really, really cool.
We can just leave. That's kind of nice.
You can just leave the boss.
Yeah. We,
with the cloak. There's no wall blocking it to the left or anything. And you can actually do this without a heal air stall. So something you can use is your heal in order to stop your fall acceleration when you're drifting with the cloak. And we can use this to get just enough distance. But as you can see, there's a little hidden room here where we can get full silk, which is just a little bit of time save. Before we were getting silk from the automaton itself. I did try the heal-less version here. It's insanely precise, so it's understandable that I missed it. But luckily, missing it doesn't lose any time, because you can just try it again with the heal. And just as you can
No
see,
way.
you barely get enough distance to latch on to the
Jeez, that
the
looks
wall
like it's
right
going to be
there.
hard. I'm going to die
And you
there like
can
4
leave the
times.
area just like that.
That's
and
being
just
generous.
Go. And now we're going to head up to Greymore. So that's pretty exciting.
Greymore at 16 minutes. Or it'll probably be like 17
And as you can
minutes.
see, we're taking these airstreams, trying to hit these rocks to activate them as optimally as possible. And here we get to pass Sherma. So everyone say hi to Sherma in the YouTube comments. Or
Sherma!
something. Hi, Sherma. And we carry on.
Dude, how am I going to stop?
So as you can see, I'm sprint jumping all over the place.
I beat the whole
I'm trying to
game,
navigate
Sleepy.
these rooms as quickly
We're
as
learning
possible.
the speedrun route right now.
Now, Greymore, we really
is
only
former
have
world
to
record.
do in order to
Yeah,
progress to
we
other
100%ed
areas.
the game.
So both to get to Bellheart and Shellwood
yeah, we
for
beat
the
it literally
claw
today,
and
about a half
Needle
hour ago.
abilities, quite soon. But then also later in order to have a path into Sinner's Road, which
So
we
I've
can
turned
use
into a
to
React
get to
streamer.
the Mist. As you can see, we're just floating up these streams. Just like that. I'm on very good pace at this point in the run. 23 seconds ahead, and I'm going to be quite far ahead of my personal best. 48 seconds ahead going into Greymore. So I'm playing quite well. I feel like I'm finally getting really solid at the movement. These enemies are a little awkward. This bell thrower is awkward, so I just knocked them off the platform. Did plummet in the water there and lost like half a second. That one always jumps back, so we pogo them real quick. And we're just gonna pass by the halfway home, and we're gonna rush our way all the way to Moorwing. Now there is a little arena here, which I can optimize by trying to use the Silk Spear to hit both enemies. It doesn't always line up in a way where you can do it. But that is generally
I
what
watch
you
a
want to be doing
gameplay
in
clip,
these
it's not
arenas.
considered a
Anytime there's
tutorial.
like
I
an
mean, it
enemy
depends
arena
on-
with multiple targets. You want to try to hit them as quickly as possible and hit as
If
many
you learn,
with
I mean, if
the
you
same
learn something
attack
from
as
a clip,
possible in order to
it could be called
basically
a
multiply
tutorial.
the damage output you're doing
That's what I'm doing right now.
and avoid one enemy being remainder alive. Now this movement is pretty
But
sick,
this is
actually.
also,
As you
yeah,
can see, we're
I've done this
doing
movement
the
a bunch
ledge
of
grabs
times.
and just like continuing to the next wall and dashing right away. It's a very, very aggressive
You're
playstyle.
at the
It
fourth
is
course.
insanely fun to do.
You'll get him, don't worry. The fourth course is a
This
fun
game
fight.
is
I
just so
actually
awesome.
really like
the
that
movement is
fight.
so satisfying.
Yeah, the movement is
Now
sick.
I'm
That
heading
is
into
super impressive.
Moorwing with 4 HP, which is not ideal. I would love to have full health considering they can kill me in 2 hits. But, you know, worst case, if we get hit, I can just heal mid-fight during a stagger. Ideally, we would get to use all of our silk for silk spears. I did get hit right there, so I decided that I would try to heal on a stagger, which I did right there. So that is technically a little bit of a time loss, but, you know, these fights are hard. So, I mean, Moorwing got a little bit nerfed. I was
Yikes.
fumbling. This is not a
He
good
is fumbling.
Moorwing fight. I
This
decided
guy's
to take another heal,
choking.
and now from here
Not
on
me.
out, I just played really aggressive. I was trying to play
This is
so
what I needed to
aggressive that
watch. I need to
kinda got
watch
caught in the
somebody
attacks.
destroy this guy so that I
As
can
you
be
can
like,
see,
actually, it is
I
easy.
did not play this fight very well. But even going the face tank approach eventually
Bang.
kills the boss just
That's
like that.
pretty nice.
And now I was actually on quite incredible pace right there. As you can see, I was 55 seconds ahead of my personal best of 117. And at this point, I think probably about 10 or
Sleepy
20
Man,
seconds
it's-
ahead of the world record.
If you beat it, you
which
you
was
beat it. It's okay. It's
very
okay
nice.
to
Now we are
Look
in
at some
Belhart
help,
now.
you know? It's all right.
I did
no
grab
one's
the
gonna
bench,
judge you
I
for
think,
it.
just for the quick heal, or
Right, it's all about
I
having a
skipped it. I
good
might have been on
time.
full health.
You know,
Yes,
if
I
you
was on full
enjoy
health.
yourself and
So I
feel
skipped
good
the
about
bench,
it.
and we keep on running. Now the goal here is going to get
okay to look up,
is going to be to get the claw ability.
Look up some
And we
help
get a
every
lot
now
of
and
really
then.
fun movement through these rooms right here.
Go.
These have gotten quite optimized. I was doing some weird stuff before, but turns out you can just run across here and just send it full speed on the sprint this direction right there. And it is really exciting, but it also is quite scary because you can fall and lose like the entire room worth of time save. Now get stick bugged. The stick bug arena.
Stick bug arena.
This one is really awkward because sometimes you can't silk spear both of them, and you leave like one alive. There's a strat here where you want to jump to hit the flowery guy first, but I kind of messed it up this run, so we ended up leaving the flowery guy alive at the top as kind of a bottleneck, which lost me like a couple seconds. So it was really awkward, and I did end up on 2 HP after the arena, which was not ideal. Now, usually to get the claw ability, the wall climb, you have to fight Sister Splinter. We don't want to fight Sister Splinter. She's hard, and she takes a lot of time to beat. So instead, we're going to use a game mechanic that Team Cherry left in the game that is, frankly, insanely awesome. You know how Hornet has a taunt button? Well, that's going to be relevant. Now, here is the best room in the game. I think this is the most fun room in the game. It's just so satisfying to do at full speed. Just bonk, 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 you know? It's amazing.
True.
It's so satisfying. Now, in this room, we are going to be using the taunt ability, because the taunt actually lures enemies towards you, if you didn't know that. So this little flowery
Oh
friend
my
is gonna help
God,
us
dude.
skip the Sister Splinter.
Pogo
We call this the
skips.
Splinter skip, or the Garama skip, for obvious reasons. As you can see, I lure them in here, and then I actually aggro them, because after they've attacked, they actually float away quite quickly. I do accidentally aggro them again, but as you can see, they float up right there, and I just line it up, and I pogo. And now I am able to skip Sister Splinter. We are in the post-boss area, on the way up to the Weaver Shrine. Now here I am doing some quite aggressive movement, because I've gotten quite decent at this segment, just like going full send on it. And the longer the run develops, the more time that passes, the more segments are going to get optimized to this level. Which is quite exciting, because the movement in this game is so insanely fun. It is very difficult, and there's a lot of nuance to it, and there's a lot of scary moments where you're running at full speed. But as you can see,
Sister
right there,
Splinter
you've got
skip.
the
that looks
the
crazy,
claw ability.
man. That looks
I
crazy.
almost said claw and cloak at the same time.
Claw ability at 22
this point,
minutes.
I had a
23
quite
minutes.
insane pace
Wild.
of getting claw at 22:36, being a minute and 29 ahead of my personal best, as you can see on the timer. So I was getting a little nervous, but at this point I had already been on quite a lot of paces that were of similar speed. And now we were gonna go down to fight the Widow, which is actually a required boss. I did take a little fall here, but it's actually not a problem at all, because we can just go around right there. Now, on the way to
this is gonna
Widow,
be a tough
I
boss.
discovered a cycle that is quite aggressive, where we damage tank one of the big bell flying guys. And because we got a full
up, Reader?
heal of silk worth
Retro.
on the claw
Sorry,
pickup, we
dude.
can actually heal back up to full for the Widow fight. So right there, I take a heal in the screen transition and just fall down. And now I'm on full health for the Widow fight. I actually think this is one of the best fights in the game. It's probably like top 6 best fights.
I agree.
This one is
This
just
a
so much
sweet
fun.
fight.
And it's fun to get good at. As you can see, we can do these pogo dashes.
Okay.
Or pogo dash into side slashes.
I gotta get
whenever
better at
she
this
does the
like
running
hop.
attack.
You missed. You have to get
now
better
we actually
at
don't
the,
really want this running attack
the
unless
hop
we
hit.
want to
See
heal.
how he's hopping and hitting?
So the more the time goes on, the more that's going to become a annoying attack that loses you time, because she disappears from the arena. Now this pattern was not like super amazing. There's a lot of like bells in the way. You really want to be dealing damage to her at all times. As you can see, the first phase was pretty smooth either way, though.
That's
I've been getting
crazy
quite good at this fight,
clean.
and playing it aggressive is definitely rewarding. Now in this second phase, I actually suck at dodging her.
I'll just.
slash
Can I just call you just
'cause
retro
when you're
forever?
playing so close,
Because
and
ever since you
aggressive to
said
her,
it's like
it's
retro,
really
all I
hard
see is
to
retro.
see and react
And then
in
when I
time.
try
As you
to
can see, I
not
got
say
dinked by it,
retro,
and I had to heal
I
because
mess
I
it
got
up.
to 1 HP. So this was definitely a bit of a fumbled fight for me.
Bit of
I
a
can do this
fumbled
one
fight.
a lot
This
better,
guy's
and I can actually
destroying
save
her.
quite a bit of time there. But as you can see, it's Widow defeated. No problems.
No
At this
problems.
point, we are on quite an insanely good pace. And
This is
that's
nuts.
Widow in under 25 minutes, which is, I
25
think,
minutes.
tied with one of my best paces ever, this 24:53. So at this point, I was quite excited, really, about, well, where this run was heading. But now we have the Mist, which is a big choke point in the run. And I'm going to do my best to give a thorough explanation on the Mist as we get to it, so that I can then explain my decision making. So the Mist
Because
is a
RETR
random
doesn't-
area,
You're
where
missing
there
a
are
vowel.
8 total room layouts that can spawn in
why.
a random order, and every room has 1 correct exit. And usually you need to play the needle in to the butterflies, which also have random spawns, in order to get the correct directions. Now,
Yeah, I
over the
think
last
that's
few days,
probably
there's
why he
been
doesn't like it.
incredible discoveries about the Mist that are helping us make fast
Everything
and
besides
good
the D.
decisions. Now, this area is sadly very luck dependent, because of the fact that it's all random, right? And you know, the amount of time that it takes to traverse to the correct direction, the amount of time it takes to find the flies in the first place, if there's wraiths in the way, it's all very random, really.
Blue Lake Shade.
But we're learning to do it. So
I don't know, man. That one's
key
like the
things to keep
easiest
in
skip in
mind
the
for
game.
Mist, and a lot of
Although
these
it does
discoveries were
take-
made by a person
I
called
messed it up
Ox,
all
who
the
has
time
been
when I first learned it.
compiling incredible resources about the Mist. So a big shout out to Ox. They are incredible.
I think I need to turn
And
this
they helped
volume down a
lot
bit.
They helped all of the runners who are throwing themselves at the Mist currently to do this a little bit better and to make slightly faster split-second decisions in order to not lose their entire paces to the Mist. So,
I
for the
randomly
Mist,
found everything except the right path. Well,
you would
then,
think that you have to play
Sleepy,
the
you need to
needle in
start
on
thinking,
every single room, but you
what's
actually do not.
the wrong
So
way
when you
to
enter the
go?
Mist, you do 2 rooms correctly with the needle in, and then when you do the third
Nah,
room,
man, I
you can
quit
take
this
any
channel,
side
trust.
exit, and it will take you to the halfway
Retro,
point
buddy.
corridor.
It's all good.
So on the third room, we don't even need to worry about the needle in. We just need to find the closest sideways exit.
Sleepy, you're scaring him away.
Now, this little cutscene here, we're actually going to quit out to main menu in order to skip this animation of the bell once again. And then we're going to go past Bellheart real quick, upgrade our needle for free, and get the Bellway Stag for the second needle upgrade later in the run. So as I said,
This
you have
is
to do
nuts.
2 rooms correctly in the Mist, and then the third one you can always take
30
any
minutes
side exit,
already
and
going
it'll work.
to
And then when you go past the crossing,
the Citadel.
you have to do
On my
one
way to
more
the
room
Citadel,
correctly.
27 minutes into the game. Yeah, not a big deal.
And then the final room, when you've done the 5th room, when you're on the 5th room, I mean, the exit will always be to the right, because the final corridor towards the Exalted Organ is always, you're entering that one from the left because you entered the Mist from Sinner's Road, due to the layout of the map in the game.
Yeah,
What
Zero
that
beat
means
the
is that
game.
The final exit of the Mist is always going to be to the right. But there are 2 of the 8 room layouts in the Mist that have 2 right exits.
I think
Now,
he's
for
not
the third
doing
room, you
he's
can
not
take any
doing
side
Last
exit,
Judge
but for room
skip.
5,
He's
there's
doing
actually
Mist.
only 1 right exit that's
Because
correct. So
even if you,
fifth
I think
room
even if you do the
has
Last
2
Judge
side
skip, don't you
exits
still need all
and
the
2 right
bells?
exits, you have to either play the needle in order to figure out where you are, which one you need to go to, or you need to do something else, which is called room juggling. Now, room juggling is a really cool mechanic, and it's the fundamental thing that allows us to
The Mist
make
is the skip?
decisions
Oh,
in
well,
the
then
Mist.
I'm dumb.
Now,
My
what
bad.
room juggling means, basically, is that you can go back...
I thought there
you
was
double
like an
back into
actual
the
way you
room
could like
just
skip.
came from,
Okay,
and
never
it'll
mind.
still hold your score of completed rooms in the Mist. So let's
silly
say
me.
I enter the Mist, and I do room 1. And on the way out of room 1 towards the exit that the flies lead me to, I see another spot of flies that are quite close to that exit. And I'm like, oh wow, I'll take note of that in my brain. And then when I enter the second room, I can go back into the room I just came from.
All right, Sleepy.
and what
I'll
was
see you
now
around.
the
Good luck
first
with
room
your
will
sense of
become
direction.
the
I wish
second
you the
room.
best.
And the flies are going to stay there, which is going to allow us to quickly locate the flies and take another exit. And the solution of the puzzle is going to change, of course, because it can never be the room you just came from. So let's say we enter the first room from the right, and the flies lead us all the way up to the left. And then we go back in from the left, and there's flies there. And then that leads us, let's say, up. And then we've done 2 correct rooms, which means that the third room will always be a side exit. So that one we don't even need to worry about. We just rush it to a side exit. Now, this section of the run was actually really brutal before, until we found something called Timothy Chalamet skip. Now,
Timothy Chalamet skip
is an absolute run saver. Now, there's this enemy in Sinner's Road.
World, are you watching this guy's movement right now? Have you seen the bosses?
It's this one right here with the spiked bolas.
Yeah, maybe I will hit
this is
world
Timothy
record first
Chalamet.
try.
We're gonna bounce on him 3 times with the cloak right there. That's Timothy Chalamet skip. We have now skipped the worst room in the game, which is this one to the right, which is absolute brutality.
Timothy Chalamet skip, huge.
And the discovery of that skip right there has done wonders for the survivability of the runs, because it allows you to get to the mist on full health most of the time. Now right here we're going to enter the mist, and I'm going to narrate my decision-making process in real time based on the explanations that I've given you. So right here, we enter the first room, and I'm just locating flies. I know that this is the really tall room. There's only one really tall room. And I'm just hoping I can find the flies real quick, and I'm hoping I don't fall into the void, because that actually resets the entire area. There we have some flies. So I play the needle in for them, and I see which way they are going. So on the way up, I take note, I'm taking the left exit here, and there's no flies on the way. So I decide to not juggle this room. Now in this room right here, I go down, I see some flies right there. Very nice. You do love to see this room because it's actually quite easy to find the flies most of the time. I dodge the trap, I take it down. Now this is room 3. We can take any side exit. So I just book it to this direction until I get to the right exit. Now we're in the halfway crossing. So now when we pass this one, we need to do one more correct room, and then the exit will always be on the right.
Okay.
So right there I find some flies. I do take a little awkward fumble here. The raids are really awkward, and they spawn more and more the more rooms you do. I accidentally fell off there, and I don't think my needle in had the range. So I decided to try to play the needle in without alerting that wraith right there, which I managed to, and this one led me up, which was super nice. Now once you know which way you're going, so this room, this is the last room, I know that this is a room that only has one right exit, because I recognize the layout, and I could just sprint out, and that's the mist right there. And I played a really good mist with good decision making, a couple fumbles, but as you can see, I was now 1 minute and 55 seconds ahead of my PB, and about 1 minute ahead of world record. And I was actually...
That's pretty sick.
I made it through the entire mist without taking damage, which was fantastic. So I opted to skip the bench here in Phantom. Now these cycles right here are quite scary. They're not actually that scary. They're a little bit awkward though when you're nervous, because getting a run through the mist is like... That's such a choke point that you can get really nervous if you're on good pace coming out of the other side.
Okay, so getting a run through mist, that seems to be the break, but that's like Watcher Nights.
Best pace ever at this point in the run. Now, as you can see, the Phantom fight is quite simple. I tried to play quite aggressive. We really like the attack right there where she jumps up into the sky and throws her needle at you, because it's free needle damage. Her pin, I mean. She has a pin, not a needle. Hornet has a needle. As you can see right there. This attack we don't really like because she disappears from the screen. We can't really deal damage to her. The parry's a little awkward. I still sometimes parry her by accident. I was 2 hits away, or 2 health away from dying, which is a one-shot, so I decided to use my Silk to heal to make sure that I didn't die. Because right now, surviving the bosses is, you know, you're trying to play fast, but it really is all about not dying, basically. Alright, so here's the phase change. We do have to wait for her to do all 5. And now she teleports. I dodge the parry right there. And she keeps doing the teleport, which is a little awkward. It loses you a little time. So I was hoping to get patterns that didn't do that. And there she does it again. And that's a stagger. And I managed to play a really strong Phantom fight. I didn't really fumble anywhere, and I didn't really get nervous. And just like that, Phantom was defeated. There you go. As you can see, it was a pretty insane best split ever for me. That's 18 seconds faster.
Yeah, Phantom is pretty cool. I like Phantom.
So now I was getting quite nervous. This was my best pace ever by far going into the second half of the run. Which
You
was
love to see golden
absolutely
splits
terrifying.
back to back.
Because the second half of the run, what you've witnessed up
Beginner
until now
friendly
is the
speed
easy
run,
parts.
dude,
Even
for
the
real.
mist is
I
the
think
easy
anybody
part.
just pick up the game for
second
the first
half
time, watch this,
is
easy.
brutal. It's insanely difficult compared to the first half. So not getting nervous here is the name of the game, and it is not an easy game to play because the game is named Hollow Knight Silksong, and it's incredibly difficult. Like, even us speedrunners are struggling. The world record that I actually beat, the 110
Golden split means it's a personal best
was actually the
section
first ever
that you've ever
deathless
done.
run recorded.
So obviously,
like
if
the
you're a
first
world
ever
record
deathless
runner,
speedrun.
a
This
golden
run
thing is
actually
like
is not
that's like
deathless.
world
It
record
has a
pace
death a
in a
little
lot of
bit later.
times when you get gold.
Right here we're gonna get
But for
the
like
bell,
anyone,
the
usually
Bellby
gold just
station
means
right
I did a
there.
personal best.
Grand
So that
Bellway.
Phantom fight was the best
I keep
Phantom
calling
fight
them
he's ever
snag
done.
stations because of my memory from Hollow Knight. And just like that, we've entered Act 2 on a pretty unprecedented pace. It was definitely my fastest pace, a 34:26 Act 2 entry. Certainly something to be thrilled about, but also something that was terrifying me in the moment because I was now on a pace that was so much faster than anything I'd ever gotten to this point before because I played the Mist and Phantom so well. Now we have a little cutscene with Lace here, where we're just gonna spam through, and as you can see, the shakiness is gonna take its toll on my momentum in a couple seconds.
So Big Dog's about to choke a
you're gonna
million
see
times and still win.
me fumble
That's a
little bit
true.
with this
That's a
release
true
event,
speedrunner.
which is understandable.
Is when
given the
you're
nerves. But somehow
freaking out,
I didn't
but you still clutch.
completely destroy the run right here at least. I got sniped by that enemy.
That is
I
a
guess they
snipe.
got really good training at the Citadel School of Throwing Pins. I completely
Oof.
fumbled the wall jump there. I got hit twice by that enemy. It was a travesty. Now, luckily, out of Phantom, because you get a new Silk skill, you actually get a full bar of soul. Of silk, I suppose. So I decided to take the heal right here while waiting for this cog to spin around. And now we are going up to fight the cogwork dancers.
It's usually
to get
it's
access
since
to the
last
cogwork
PB.
core.
You can do both. It
Now,
depends
the
on who you
cogwork
are.
dancers
So
are a really
you can
cool fight.
have
I
it
almost dashed
time
into that
save
mist
based
right
on your
there.
last
The air
run.
vents. Luckily, I managed to not fumble it
but
completely. The
usually
cogwork
it's
dancers
based
are a
on
really
personal
cool
bests.
fight.
That's how I
Obviously,
have
it's
it set
a very
up.
tragic battle on a thematic level. But for the speedrun, it's really interesting because they actually they do not
Yeah,
have
injector
a
bans are
shared
super
health
OP.
pool. So you deal damage to one of them, and then you have a task of keeping track of that dancer so that you can damage them and stagger them as quickly as possible. Because the fight takes place in 3 phases. Now, as we do this fight right here, first of all, there is a little bit of a scream skip. On the first one, on the very first phase, we just stand inside the boss as it starts, and we gain control of our character, and we can do some extra needle hits before they start moving. Now, they do deal double damage. We have 5 HP. It's pretty self-explanatory that this is terrifying, even though it is not the hardest fight in the game. For some reason, I'm struggling with this one recently. It's a bit of a choke point. I think it's just awkward to maneuver around, especially when you're playing one of them so aggressive and you're trying to deal needle damage to it. We do have the parry skill. Right there, I took an accidental hit. A little bit of a fumble. Another fumble. They actually deal 2 in contact damage. And I keep fumbling, and now I am 1 hit away from dying. So I was quite panicked. Is this going to be the moment where I throw this incredible pace away? And, oh my gosh. You know,
This guy sounds like me.
I
This
get
is
a full
hilarious.
heal,
This is
and
like
now the
everything
third
in my
phase where
own
they're
brain as
uneven.
well.
Now, the cogwork dancers, they're actually a little bit hard to keep track of in this phase because when they do some of the screen wipe attacks, it's actually not fully consistent. I used a parry right there to avoid damage. The
That's
parry is
actually,
actually
like,
quite
genius.
good. It doesn't deal quite as much damage as the Silk Spear. It is about another parry to avoid a serious mishap right there. It deals about 1.6 or 0.6 needle damage times 4. So about 2.4 as compared to the Silk Spear's 3. But it gives you a bout of survivability that is hard to match. So now we have the really tragic fate of melting the last remaining one, the widowed cogwork dancer. I used a parry right there on the downwards attack in order to get some extra damage in. Now the parry is really strong. It gives you really good invincibility frames. But we are actually going to be swapping back to the Silk Spear for some of the arenas later, because the Silk Spear excels in the arenas. And you'll see why pretty soon. But the parry has its benefits as well. Once the room starts spinning, we're going to quit out to main menu, because finishing this fight is actually a hard save. So this just saves the time of the cutscene, really. It's quite a fast... quite a fast...
Big time skip right here. Okay, huge.
Skip this one. And as you can see, we're going to get the quest for the 3 melodies, so that we can go pick them up. And then we're going to head into the Cogwork Core. Now, these cycles in the Cogwork Core are quite terrifying. I've done a pretty good job of learning them. As you can see, this first room, I've found a strat that works really well for me.
Woo!
Unless I do that, apparently. I forgot about that. I decided to play it a little safe.
This is the best music in the game.
Because once again, we're early in the game's lifespan. The important thing is just that you don't die, really. And for this place, you have to keep your health up for the arena that's later. And we're going to open that shortcut for later. We don't actually need to open that shortcut anymore now that I think of it. So that's something I can route out for my future run. Well, there you go. There's like a 2-second time save that I just found for my run while processing the footage that we're observing. Now, we're going to head over to the
White Palace.
And on the way, we have the arena.
Yeah, a little bit. It's smaller, though. It's way smaller than White Palace.
The vocal chant leader over here. And this is actually where I take my death in the run. It was completely embarrassing. I was trying to play aggressive with the parry, and it was just a big fumble. Now, luckily, this was actually not... As you can see, I completely fumbled my parry timings, and it was just a travesty. Now, luckily, I died very early in the arena, so it didn't actually lose me all that much time. I think this is about a 50-second time loss. And now it actually came in kind of clutch that I opened the shortcut that I just talked about that I can skip in the future, because I could ignore the remainder of this place and just do the fast backup. And this run back is actually not bad at all, especially if we're doing it at the speed which I was. So it was an unfortunate mistake to still have a death in the run. This could definitely have been a 1
death in the world record run. That's crazy.
It did actually help me calm my nerves a little bit to not, to be on a really, really good pace rather than an unprecedented, insane pace, if that makes any sense. So
it does make sense, Blue. I get you, bro.
We'll just call it a cocoon, full silk and health setup for the arena. As you can see, I'm still fumbling the parry timings on this enemy. This is something that I'm going to have to go through. It might be worth to swap to the Silk Spear early here. Before the Cogwork Dancers on the way into the Citadel. But we do also want the parry for Trabio. So I'm going to look into this routing a little bit more, because this arena could definitely be really good. I parried the projectile right there in order to try to... Once again, the parry can work for multi-targets quite well as well if you get it right.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
It's not as ideal as the other ability. But you can kind of still face tank, because you get enough silk on the enemies to heal in between the waves. And now we have the Vault Master in the background jumping forward. And this one we can dispatch quite easily. It's kind of like fighting the Widow, really. And now we can head into the Whispering Vaults. Now I have...
Dude, I'm gonna die a million times. This guy, like, these people are so cracked.
We don't actually know if the second needle upgrade is faster. It's very likely that it's slightly slower. But it actually... is still pretty good to get, because it decreases the RNG in the run quite a lot, especially in fights like Trabio and so on, where they go under the arena and you can't really damage them for a lot of their attacks. So a fight for stuff like that, doing the fight faster with more damage output is not only like saving time directly through a faster fight, but it is also saving time through less time on average lost to bad RNG, if that makes any sense at all. Really, basically, I'm saying that going faster helps you go faster, which is...
Going faster helps you go faster. Yo, this guy is...
truly a philosopher of our times, this Blue SR person. Anyway,
yeah.
So we're going to do the oil puzzle right here, really quickly, hopefully. I was fumbling the movement here. I was getting a little bit nervous, which is understandable, Because getting a good pace through the mist is like quite terrifying, really. Like my hands started shaking quite intensely. And I started fumbling a lot of the boss fights. Because, you know, the run is so hard. The fights are so difficult and easy to mess up. So it's very easy to get nervous, especially when you're on world record pace. Especially when you're ahead of world record by 2 minutes, which I was not currently, but I was at that point in the run before I died. Now, a fun fact, you can actually pick up that quill if you don't have a quill already, and it's red. So it's a different quill that you get in the inventory. It's kind of cool. Now right here, we are going to open the shortcut to Trobio, and we are going to race down to Eira, our beautiful Bell Beast friend. And you can actually use the taunt to call the Bell Beast to save a little time. And we are going to sit on a bench right here. And then we are going to go to Bellheart for the Bell Beast station.
Okay, I'm picking up what these guys are putting down.
Now the objective of this is just to use the oil that we just picked up and get the needle upgrade right away. And this is going to save us tremendous amounts of time in Trobio and the High Hall's Gauntlet Arena, the Conductor's Melody Arena.
Bell Puppy forever.
The biggest choke point in the run.
Can
it's
you
the
skip?
Section, as well
I guess
as
not. He would be
like
skipping.
Really long,
I guess
like
the time is
2
paused.
or 3
Okay.
minute long arena. It's basically a coliseum, really. If we're comparing to Hollow Knight, that you have to do, and it is brutal. I've lost just this day where I did this run. I lost 2 world record paces to the High Halls Arena.
Damn. The High Halls Arena is going to be the bane. It's going to be the new Watcher Knights of this game.
I got this one, I guess. So it all worked out in the end, I suppose.
They don't have... See, the other thing is
Trobio.
Practicing this is going to be so hard because Hollow Knight has a whole like infrastructure of mods and stuff that help you practice. This, I'll have to look into it, but I don't think they have that. So you just have to do it.
So that's pretty cool.
Now, I was keep trying.
Really nervous. This is another one of my choke points. I'm not really that good at the Trobio fight. This was one that I first tried in my casual playthrough, but I'm struggling with it in speedruns because he's very unpredictable. It's kind of like fighting Great Prince Dote in that sense. I mistimed the parry right there. And he's got a... There you go. There's a parry on the tornado. As you can see, it's a pretty good way to counter it. I was on 1 HP. It was panic. Close calls. But you know, they say health is a resource, and the only health that matters really is the last one, so... Turns out we made it. You can definitely play this fight a bit aggressive. I decided to face tank his body right there to avoid the double damage from the explosion, and then I immediately just face tanked one of the party bombs that he threw out. Now, playing this fight aggressive is terrifying. There's the phase change. I managed to get a stagger, so I decided to take a heal. This is a fight that I need to practice because I can definitely get a lot faster if I... And more consistent. Once again, I was down to 1 hit to a double hit attack. I got really close to dying right there. I decided to take a very panicked heal in the corner right there. Oh, it's just complete terrible.
This is not the greatest Trobio.
I was, at this point, I think this was the most impacted by nerves I was in any fight. Except for maybe the Conductor Arena. And maybe Lace, actually, and maybe Grand Silk Mother. But anyway, I passed Trobio. We survived somehow. It wasn't like a very good fight or anything, but we made it. So that's very, very exciting.
Holy.
Now, we do actually pick up Pick up Trobio's Claw Mirror right there. Because it is just on the way. So you might as well pick it up. Now, we actually have to fight Trobio in order to get the Harpoon ability, which is required to beat the game. So we take this elevator down from Trobio. And then
okay, so you have to fight Trobio.
Bottom, we hit it back up because we're going to be going under the elevator later.
Tormented Trobio was suffering? I didn't think it was okay. It's close enough to the original Trobio, no?
Path through this room. This guy is a little awkward to dodge. I kind of messed up by climbing on the wall right there. But as we go, I'm internalizing these rooms a lot better. Now, right here, I'm actually going to bench to swap to the Silk Spear. I decided to do that last second. It didn't actually lose me time to do that little run back because the area title card was still playing and you can't bench doing that. Now, for this section, I've actually gotten pretty good at the movement. We can do a drop here and then just inch to the right. And then you can just make it all the way down and we'll go. And these lava cycles right here are quite satisfying as well. You know, you can barely squeeze past these two enemies right there and just keep going full send on the lava. You can make this final cycle, but if you mess up, you take double damage and hazard respawn somewhere. So it's better to just not go for it and tank the explosion. Now, luckily, getting the ability is actually a full heal and a full silk canister, so I was quite okay with taking damage here. And we're just going to sprint through the lava right there. And now we have the harpoon ability, just like that, which is pretty nice.
Very impressive, very impressive.
In general, I'm quite proud of this run. I'm finally getting the movement down to a level where I'm going full speed, like pretty much at all times. So it's going to be interesting to see how much further we can take the run. I definitely think that sub 1 hour is going to happen. The question is when, really.
Oh yeah, sub 1 hour
I
is
think
100%.
at this point, now that there's only... Like right now with the current abilities I have as a runner, I can probably get a 106, maybe a 105 if I get a really good run. Considering there's 1 minute of death, and then as you can see, the Silk Spear with the Needle 2 upgrade is quite insanely strong. We can just clear some of these waves immediately with it. Here I took a little fumble, I completely missed my Silk Spear, which was a little awkward, but you can kind of kill these ones in like 1 or 2 hits as well. Now the harpoon is really nice for these, and I gotta watch out for the big boy so that I don't die. Accidentally almost did there, but we were okay. Once again, we can use the harpoon on these to kill them very quickly, and that's that arena done. As you can see, the Silk Spear has a lot of benefits here in this arena. So I actually decided to go back for a safety bench here. This was about a 5-second time sink, but I think it's quite worth it. Because right now, you know, not dying is really what matters most in this run. And now we get to do this climb movement, which is kind of fun. I found out a pretty good strat for this one. And here, I take this drop pretty aggressively. And now we're going to go back into the vaults,
very nice.
The Whispering Vaults, to get the Vault Keeper Cylinder for the first melody that we're going to get in the run. We have some fun movement right here.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
I was nervous, and I learned it recently. Now the Vault Keeper Cylinder is only accessible through this bottom path, so we actually have to go through the underworks to get it. And we are gonna enter back into the Whispering Vaults on the other side. Now here's the cylinder right there. Across this door. Right there is the cylinder pickup. Very, very nice. And that's 1 out of 3. We still need to learn the melody at the NPC up here. So we are going to be climbing back up this area. Once again, I'm trying to go as aggressive as I can. We're hitting these blocks in order to clear a path for us. And, you know, I'm schmoovin' a little bit. We're going
he's schmoovin', that's for sure, man.
While not messing up completely.
It's unbelievable.
And that fastness is going to increase over time. But for now, I think this is pretty good. So right there, we got the Vault Keeper's melody. At this point, I was about, I think, 1 minute ahead of record. So I was still like, oh, I'm in this. You know, I thought I fumbled in that other arena right there. But it turns out
we are eventually. We are going to be speedrunning eventually.
So we play the needle in right here to learn the melody. And that's 1 out of 3. And now I got really nervous because now we were going to do the Cogworks, the Architect's melody. And for this one, I learned some pretty insane strats recently. You know the big platforming section at the top on the way up to the puzzle? Well, we can skip almost all of it with the float and the harpoon ability that we just got. It is quite insane. But these strategies are quite hard and they're very easy to mess up in a run. Now, luckily, in the new update for Silksong, the first patch the Team Cherry released, the cogs actually deal 1 damage. Which is a big relief. Oh, I accidentally hit the lever here with the harpoon, so I just re-entered the room to fix that. It was a little stupid time loss, but I'm glad I thought of the room re-enter to skip the animations right there. And we are going to be making our way back through the Cogworks. I almost took a really stupid
Hey, good job, Bobo. I mean,
health,
apparently,
scary.
According to Blue, Mr. World Record Holder, that is the...
As you can see, when you pogo something, when you hit some cog with the harpoons.
That the high
you
halls
actually
gauntlet
get some height,
is the hardest
and we
thing.
can use that to our advantage. I decided to open this shortcut just in case. I don't really know why, because if we die here, the run is basically over. And now we have this section, which is terrifying. It is actually quite consistent, but it's really hard to do under pressure. Now, first of all, we harpoon this guy, and then we harpoon these. We wait for our silk to recharge and harpoon these.
Oh!
And now we pogo. I think I messed it up here. Yeah. But there's this really
my
tight
God.
squeeze, and it sucks if you mess it up at the start because you go all the way down.
All the
to
way
bottom.
back?
So I probably lost like 10 seconds there. Maybe a little more, actually. You can probably squeeze out a solid 30 seconds more out of this segment by just playing it full speed. As you can see here, the diagonal pogo is really awkward for these squeezes. And there is a little jump you can do here.
Oh
it's
my...
actually super awkward to get up there. And now we're just gonna hit
Oh,
this
dude,
one
that's
time,
so
open the door
sick.
enough for us to pass. And now there's more harpoon silliness. Now here it's a little awkward because the float actually doesn't always turn around really quickly. So I was fumbling a little here. I was very panicked. I decided I needed a bit more height. And
Oh, that's
here
so sick.
we pogo.
Oh!
And this is the choke point. This one is so scary. But I managed to fly over. We harpoon. And
Oh!
then we harpoon the wall. And we made it. And now we have to solve the puzzle. Now this puzzle right here is actually the same every time. So you just have to input the correct options. Now I forgot one in the first tower. And here I hit one by accident, so I fixed it real quick. I actually forgot one in the first tower, and then it was a mess. It was a complete mess. I was so nervous. And I didn't realize that the first tower wasn't done. So I was just completely, innocently carrying on, thinking that I was gonna finish the split really quickly, when in reality I had fumbled it quite severely. So I stand here and wait for the lever to come up, and I'm like, oh, where's the lever? Where's the platform? The
Wow.
pressure pad?
He
that I need
fumbled
to
a
stand
bunch
on?
of times in the
And I'm
world.
waiting,
Like,
and
that's
I'm waiting, and
crazy.
it's not coming. Oh, I didn't hit the top
Dude,
one.
this would drive me crazy if this happened.
So
I'd
just
lose
lost
my
10
mind.
seconds for no reason, from just being stupid. But that's what happens when you're nervous and you're on good pace. And in future runs, I guess we can get a better time save, I suppose. So there's that, I suppose. We have the melody right here. Definitely
Wait, there are
standout
19
moment. I get
spools
chills
in the
every
game?
time, from this moment.
Huh? Yeah, there will be DLC.
Now we played the needle in and we learned the second melody.
That's
and now
hilarious.
We have the biggest choke point in the run. At this point, I was very far ahead of world record. So I knew that if I did not die, we could break the sub 110 minute barrier, and we can maybe even break the sub 109 minute barrier. And maybe even, just maybe, break the sub 107, or the sub 108 minute barrier, sorry, get a 107. So I quit out there to get my full health back, for the run that we were about to do, to the left side, to the high halls. I probably didn't actually need this quit out, but I've been struggling with this section quite a lot. So this drop is actually quite fun. You can get through to the bottom of this room quite easily and very rapidly.
Holy.
Oh, it's terrifying. At this point in the run, I remember this was like, at this point it was like an hour and a half ago that this happened. I was shaking. My heart rate was going. I was like a little, you know what it's like when you're really nervous about something. You're very emotionally
This guy's out here.
invested in
You
the
know what
pace.
it's like to be on world
You're like,
record
"Oh,
pace.
come on, please tell me this is it. I
Yeah,
can get the
man.
world
Totally.
record."
What's up,
I've been trying
Alex?
to
Yeah.
Get better at this climb.
To be
Keep
continued.
trying to upslash
Sure,
the
Team
enemy
Cherry.
to
Whatever
get it
you
to go
say,
past me,
guys.
but it's still Nyx Hornet's hitbox, sadly. This enemy was a little annoying, so I just decided to do the harpoon on the wall and just eat the damage. Because I was like, at this point, just get to the next place.
Elder Bug
'Cause I was
prequel?
freaking out.
That would be
And
hilarious.
it's not a good time to be freaking out when you're about to do some platforming segment followed by an insanely hard combat gauntlet, followed by a quite a difficult platforming section. What am I saying? Quite a difficult 2 boss fights in a row. But as you can see, we go
Polaris.
into the high halls. Here is a cycle skip that I've been able to get sometimes, where you can latch onto that first little harpoon. I tried to grapple this enemy right here to get up, and I managed to pull it off with a pogo.
Woo!
And we
Clean.
just keep going.
That's
We just keep
clutch.
going.
That right there is
No
super
fear at this
clutch.
point. I'm going full
in,
send. I'm trying to have courage. We are a little bit inhibited speed-wise because you actually do need to... That's a little awkward, but I made it through. You actually do need to wait until your silk recharges, because I only have one silk heart right now. So Hornet only recharges one silk. I completely fumbled.
Oh my
here.
god.
It was super awkward. But I was like, you know what? That's fine. And here, once again, I was a little too far away, and I was like, come on, just grapple the hook.
Holy.
I could save with the pogo for sure. Definitely a little awkward. Take the big drop through. You should see some of the strats that people have been finding for this place. Like, people have been optimizing so that you basically just fall and pogo and you go full speed. It is quite incredible. Now, we take the bench here. This is actually not necessarily a safety bench to heal, but it's actually going to be for a quit out later. Because we want to get the parry ability back equipped. So when we finish this arena, we can get the melody, we can quit out and get the parry ability. Now this arena is the choke point of the run, especially the two big boys at the end. They're a lot more manageable with the parry, but the Silk Spear is just faster for this segment by quite a lot because the multi-target damage goes crazy. As you can see, we've equipped Trobio's Mirror, by the way. It doesn't really do much for me right now, but once I learn the enemy wave spawns, I can position myself so that when I heal in between waves, I always damage an enemy with it. The Trobio Mirror, the Claw Mirror, is actually not that good. Well, it deals decent damage. It's like the equivalent of a Silk Spear. As you can see there, it did a little bit, but the range of it is very short. It has a very like short area. Here I was one hit to this enemy, so I'm very glad that I didn't die, because otherwise I would have been in shambles. Honestly, another world record pace lost to this arena would have probably turned me into the Joker. I'm not gonna lie. 2 3-minute world record paces to the High Halls arena in one day would have turned me into the Joker.
Polaris.
The big boy by itself is fine. We really just like keep putting pressure. If they do that little summon attack, where they do the particles, we smile and we go yay, because that's free damage. You can just jump and keep wailing on them with the needle.
Okay.
Now the flying enemies, we're gonna probably optimize this arena a lot more further, but for now just up-slashing them is like a very safe way. I accidentally healed right where an enemy spawned, and this is where I got a little scared, because I was on 3 HP, so it's not like I was really close to dying, but I was like, come on, I completely fumbled there. The Silk Spiders are really good to just up-slash though. But hopefully you're seeing the reason why we swap to the spear here, because like we get situations like that where you can get a really good
spear is
and it
sick.
saves a lot of time. Now here is one more wave before the 2 big boys, so I really wanted to get the full health, so I decided to take a heal right there and just hope that I kept that health until the 2 big boys, because I wanted to have 3 health worth of damage from 3 hits worth of health, and I failed. I was on 2, so I could take 2 hits. You really want to get to one side of them, but sometimes they don't really let you right away, which is super awkward. I probably should have gone under there. I decided to just face tank and take a heal in the corner. So that was quite terrifying.
Coward!
And now I could go aggressive mode. But it was definitely a bit of a fumble. I got so scared there. I got hit once again. Keep playing semi-aggressive. Now I was one hit, and I was like, you know what? Please, just die. And whew, we made it.
Ooh, big.
And on 1 HP too, because they do call me Blue 1 HP SR after all. But you know, health is a resource, I suppose, is what I'll tell myself to cope. Now here we get the 3rd melody from the conductor, as they hum their little tune. And at this point I was getting really nervous. Like, we had made it through the hardest point in the run.
Bobo, what'd you say, Bobo?
The lace fight. There wasn't much of a chance that I died to Grand Silk Mother, because she's kinda easy. Well, you can always fumble. And she does have that one attack that deals 3 damage.
Hornet again.
I quit out right there. I should have done it right
Why don't
away,
we
but
just
I
do
forgot to
the
do it
knight
until
again?
I remembered to do it.
Bring him out of the egg.
the commentary.
Or it's
track
just
is so
in the
good.
void.
He's
We
explaining
fight in
so
the
well.
void.
I forgot to do it until I remembered to do it.
And
I
he
swapped back to the
inhabit.
parry.
Whoa, wait a
And
minute.
you're gonna see the utility of the parry on the lace
He can
fight.
he is
It
always the
quite
shade,
ridiculous
but he
how-
can actually like
how
go
strong
inside
it
other
is.
bugs and like take over their
Now, I
bodies.
didn't want to do the harpoon tech where you harpoon through them, because I did not want to accidentally mess it up and get hit, so that I lost my health before lace. And here we are going to sing the melody, and I will now let past me, the live me while I was recording this, take the voiceover, because I actually unmuted myself and started talking. So enjoy their
Dude, that's a
commentary of the rest
crazy
of the
take.
run, my live
You're
commentary as I
you're
did the run,
silent
as I
for
was
an
insanely
hour,
nervous.
gaming your
But
heart
I hope my
out,
little
and then you
voiceover
have
added
world
some new
record pace on the
information
line,
and
and you
maybe
go
taught you a thing or
unmute.
two about Silksong speedrunning that you didn't know before. This early speedrun push has been such an exciting process to see everyone come together to discover things and route out routes and discover strategies and all of that. It is quite wonderful, and I'm glad I finally got to contribute something to the speedrunning community for once, because I've actually found quite a lot of cool stuff. So, as we finish the threefold melody right here, we're about to fight Lace, and the run is about to reach its final chapter. And at this point, I was insanely nervous, but I thought that if I just
The
locked in
completed song.
and did what I had to, and just
Yeah.
fought the fight like normal, or tried to at least, we were gonna be fine. So without further ado, I'll give over the voiceover to live me as I was doing the run. Here we go.
This is, I mean, yeah,
Okay,
kind of.
I'm speaking live
This is
now.
any percent, the end of
I'm
any
so
percent.
nervous.
So close your eyes. This is the end of the
Wish me
game.
luck, here we go. Come on. Don't do anything stupid. If you don't do anything stupid, you'll be okay. Oh. Good dodge. You parry that. My hands are so shaky.
Lock in. Oh!
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, he's not locked in. Okay, clean.
And that. And that. And that.
Bruh.
Don't. 2 dashes. And the jump. We heal.
Oh my god. No
my
way. No way.
Oh, I'm so nervous. Oh, I'm so nervous. Oh, I'm so scared. I almost choked that. That was such a panic lace fight. I'm usually a lot better at it.
Yeah, it's because he started talking, bro. He's literally a mute
Here
for
we
an
go.
hour.
Final boss. We got one more. Come on. It's gonna be the first ever sub 110.
Come
I think
on.
we're on
Lock in,
maybe
Blue.
108 pace.
We have no idea what's gonna
be
happen.
a
We
low
need to see him
109 though.
lock in.
Come on.
Dude,
I'm
for
so
real,
scared.
Santiago. Trobio Mirror for the
I'm
win.
really nervous right now. My heart is racing. Grandmother Silk. This is the only thing we have left to do. Come on. Oh, I'm shaking.
Grandmother
If I
Silk
fumble
is
this
a
fight, I
baby
don't know
Radiance,
if
but
I
even
can
like
forgive
a
myself.
baby Radiance, it's really not that hard
I
at all.
genuinely don't know if I can forgive myself.
This guy, if I don't make it,
Oh
I will
my God.
never forgive myself. It's like, okay, bro.
Let's do this.
It's gonna be okay.
Oh, he's
Oh, he's
He
choking.
starts climbing.
He's already choking.
Oh my god, I'm so shaky I can't even do the basic movement. Alright, let's go. Lock in.
Bro, get the map. Get the map.
I don't even know where to go here, man. Okay. Let's do this. Let's challenge the final boss.
True, Zero.
Come
That's a
on.
fact.
Come on.
All right, 106, so it
Don't
takes 2
fuck up.
minutes.
You have the parry.
You have the parry. That's good. That's good saying to himself. I would have thought
Come
I
on.
would have had the spear or something.
Let's do this. Oh. Good stagger. I genuinely don't like that attack. Okay. Shabio mirror, go.
Trabio mirror for the win?
Okay. I don't like this attack. Okay. Cursed.
Nice. He should
Cursed
be using
will be
parry,
cookies.
no?
Phase 2. I'm so bad at Grandmother Silk right now. My hands are so shaky. Full health, full silk.
Yeah, but you're not even like using your. I guess he's using it to heal.
Oh my god, I can't see what's happening. Oh, we heal. No reason to risk it.
No reason to
There's
risk
no
it.
reason to risk it.
I'm on literally world record pace.
There's no reason to risk it.
He's saying. This is hilarious. You can
Good
literally
stagger.
hear it.
Come on. We're so close. We parried that one.
Didn't.
Come on. Yes. Yes, I think we got a 108. This is it. Oh my god. Oh, that's world record by a lot. That's like 2 minutes. Holy shit, I did it. Oh my
Congratulations, congratulations.
God. What's the final time? Come on.
Get more RAM, bro. We got a. We got a PC snob over here.
105.
You gotta
108,
download
108,
some more
108,
RAM
I
off the
can't
internet,
read.
Zero. Everybody knows
108,
this.
15. It's a new world record. Oh, I'm so
108.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I think how many? I think I have
Oh my
64
God.
gigs of RAM. Not a big deal.
I pulled it off. And it still has a death. I can get a 107 so easily. There was like 1 minute.
So
of death.
easily.
Oh, it's so improvable. Oh, I'm really proud of this one though. This is my first really good run. Wow. I played so well. Oh, I'm so proud of myself.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
16 gig. It's like
Oh my goodness.
you can play any game
Okay.
just fine, pretty much.
Okay. Oh, I did it.
Yeah.
Oh, my heart rate right now. I'm shaking.
16
run
is
is so difficult,
16
and
can
we
you
got a
can do
good-
literally
I
anything you
played
want
the
to
mist
do.
well. I did such a good.
I need
phantom
more
fight.
because, as you said, you have to rent.
The
Like
city
I'm
movement was shaky.
editing
That
and
was okay. The first half
streaming
was
and
really
stuff.
Good. Oh, I'm so proud of myself. Oh, and Hollow Knight.
I mean, as long as you don't have
What a game.
what a game. This guy
It's the best
loves this
ever
game.
made. I'm still in awe of
Um,
it. Every day that passes. And what a joy it is to speedrun it too. Oh my goodness.
Daily Detox just subscribed. Thank you. My React content is pretty goated, I will say.
I did it.
Couldn't you all agree?
Oh, that's a
How
world
awesome is
record.
my React content?
That's a world record.
I'm finally
108,
adapting to the YouTube meta.
15.
Well, everyone, we beat the game and we watched the speed run. There was nothing
Oh my god.
that crazy.
Oh my god.
Like, it's just hard. Like, there aren't any skips. Like, there's no shade skips.
Ah!
There are
Oh,
no
so-
like
oh, dude, I'm freaking
fireball
out.
skips. There's no
I'm freaking
acid
out. The run's
skips.
getting so optimized.
Like, in terms of like, there's
Oh,
a
I'm
few
gonna pass
pogo
out,
skips,
dude.
but like
I'm
those
not
are
gonna pass
fine. We
out,
could
but,
easily
like, come
we can get
on.
those. Like, it's doable. So we're gonna start probably on Thursday.
Ah!
Tomorrow I might crack
Oh,
out a little
God.
Minecraft stream just to switch it up a bit because we've been
What a
playing
run.
this game literally for 50 hours
What
in
a
the
run.
last week. So
thank you for watching. What you're
Yeah.
watching right now is me reacting in the moment. I'll give it back.
But yeah. So yeah, we'll be back and it's going to be awesome. So yeah, speedrunning starts on Thursday. A little Minecraft stream tomorrow to switch it up a bit. And then yeah, we're going to be editing a bunch of videos. Silksong, it's only beginning. We did beat the game. We 100% of the game, but it's only the beginning. So thank you, everybody. And yeah, we'll see you all later. Oh. Yeah. See you all later. See you tomorrow. The new Shaw. Bye-bye. Oh, go check out I posted a bunch of videos. Go check them out. I know a bunch of you already have, but yes. I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.